You should not start your indie dream game before changing your approach of coming up with a badass game idea. In this video, I'm gonna share how I came up with a decent game idea and how you can do this with the same approach. You will find out how you can get inspired by your favorite groundbreaking AAA titles. Also, I'm gonna share a couple of titles you shouldn't get inspired by or you're gonna get up and won't be even able to create a Steam page. At the end of this video, you will have enough knowledge to come up with an awesome and unique game idea. What is an awesome game idea? Something you and other people would love to play and feel excited about. You can literally come up with anything and you will feel awesome about it. But you will need to get some inputs from other people, see how they react to your ideas, share only with those people who motivates you in your life, or else they'll just pull your confidence down and you will feel even bad about your own game idea. You should try to niche down your genre, like say you're making a first person game. There are lots of different types you can make in just first person games. Like there are role playing games, stealth games, first person shooter games, story based role playing games, etc. Just don't try to load everything in your one game. It'll just make you feel more frustrated and your creative side will just go down. Your idea should be similar to the old games and not totally fresh that no one has ever heard before, like a second person game. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But it doesn't mean that you should directly copy and make an exact clone of Doom or Half Cycle. It should be a bit similar but original. The game idea should make not just you but other people feel relatable. Like you can add such things like sleeping, eating or healing, like the most of the games do. Now how should you come up with an awesome game idea? First thing I will recommend is to play different kinds of games. Try some AAA titles, try some award-winning indie games. You will find out some new core mechanics people use in their games. You will get the idea how they implement the mechanics in their game and make it look awesome. This includes storytelling, gameplay, some level design and other stuff. Second thing you can try is watch movies. This will improve your storytelling skills and you will be able to tell stories more efficiently in your games if you're going for the storytelling genre. As I said earlier, you can pick some awesome past-made games and just add your own ingredients and make it even more appealing. Think about how the characters are facing problems and roadblocks and how they solve problems, and then find out how you can solve the same problems with a different approach. If you decide to come up with a whole fresh idea, to be honest, it's not gonna work for you. Let's take an example here. If you decide to make a second person game, this will not work because this concept is not well known in gamers, and as an indie dev you might not have the AAA studio budget to market the new genre. I have tried making a second person game but I didn't have the intentions to fully develop it. So I just end up making a prototype only. If not second person game, you can try combining two or more genres together, like a first person with puzzles or first person platformer. Not a first person top down shooter. I mean, you get the point. Participate in game jams, not just a big game jams like Brackeys or GMTKs, but the small ones too. There are lots of game jams going on every day on itch.io and has a variety of themes which are so unique. Joining the game jam will force you to make a games in just couple of days. So you're gonna learn a lot of things. Take a paper and start writing about your game idea. Don't just keep writing for a couple of months and create your own book. The idea should be simple, like only a paragraph or two. The most important things to do is watch game mechanics breakdowns. Study game mechanics from other unique, remarkable titles. Watch these core mechanic breakdown videos. I recommend you to watch the game breakdown videos from Game Maker's Toolkit. How I came up with my game idea. I wanted something unique and different, so I already had something in my mind, like making a realistic platformer. I had written a story and everything was ready to go. Then I thought, let's work on a different game rather than working on my dream game. This will give me some experience on starting and completing a long-term project. Then I can go for my dream game project. So I thought of making a game like an old school type or just cloning a Doom. The project would last about 6 months. Then my mind started swinging. Why am I doing this? If I want to get some experience on starting and completing a whole game, why am I just creating the duplicate games rather than creating my own unique game? Then I started watching some game breakdowns, mechanics breakdowns, and how the core mechanics work in the game, research on other AAA titles. Then after a week of research, I decided to make my own first person shooter game. Every day when I go to the bed, it takes me about 2 to 3 hours to fall asleep, because every time when I go to the bed, I was thinking about the story and other unique game mechanics I can add in my games. So instead of copying any game, I just got inspired by the game called Metro Exodus. Exodus. FPS games are overpopulated and people love those kind of games. So there are a lot of competition going on right now in the FPS genre. So you'll have to come up with something unique and create some innovation in order to stand out from the other FPS first person shooter games. Along with that, at least a decent look and feel of the game would be necessary. I like the concept of making player vulnerable to the surroundings in Metro Exodus. They gave the player a physical map rather than over-screen map. Another example is crafting system is much more different than other games. Crafting item doesn't pause the game. Instead, you will have to walk to some safer corner and craft an item. I'm gonna try and implement these things in my own game, try and make them a bit different. And also I have come up with some new extra features and core mechanics in the game, which I'm not gonna show right now, but in the future devlogs I'm gonna show off these things in my game. The story of my game is lot of different and has no connection with the Metro Exodus. My game story is more related to the multiverse concept, like habitable exoplanet, and I'm not gonna spoil that in other devlogs. Now let's talk about what games you shouldn't get inspired by because of the patents of the core mechanics of the games. The first thing on the list is the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. In this system, the game keeps the track of player system in details. There is a complete hierarchy of enemy relationships in order to create the dynamic procedurally generated narrative. The second on the list is The Medium. It's a psychological horror game and it has a dual reality with the split screen. You can play the game in two alternate realities together at the same time at the same spot. Third on the list is a Crazy Taxi. It has a gameplay mechanics of using a big arrows and smart pedestrians. Big arrows rotate towards the next objective and smart pedestrians jump off of a taxi routes to save their life. Fortunately, the patent has expired back in 2018, so you are free to explore the game. Fourth is the sanity system in Eternal Darkness. The sanity meter in the game is a key gameplay mechanic. In this game, if you spot an enemy, you will increase the risk of the green sanity bar on screen reducing, which represents your crumbling mental state. As it drains, it represents that you are slowly driven mad. The last one on the list is the graphical interface for interactive dialogues in Mass Effect, a conversation wheel. That's why other games have straightforward list of text messages. I hope these things will help you to come up with the better game ideas. Hit that like button if you liked the video and also comment down below your thoughts and which other game mechanics you like the most. Also, if you learned something new, please consider subscribing. This supports the channel a lot. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.